Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be studying 4 more important terms that are related to signals, especially analog signals and sine waves. So in the previous video, we studied about the amplitude, the period, the frequency, and the types of signals, analog signal, digital signals, as well as periodic and non-periodic signals. Now let us understand that for a sine wave, that means an analog periodic signal, what do we mean by a phase? So phase basically describes the position of a wave relative to time zero. Okay, so depending upon the position of the wave, how the wave is starting at time zero, that defines the phase of that wave. Okay, so I have drawn 3 diagrams here. In this case, at time zero, the wave has the amplitude of 0. In this case, at time 0, the wave has the highest amplitude, that is the peak amplitude. Whereas in this case, again, the wave is at amplitude 0 at time 0. Now, this phase is phase of 0 degree. So, before moving on to the description of this, I first must let you know that the phase has a unit which is either radians or it can be degrees. So no matter how you represent it, how in what units you represent it, but either it should be in the form of degrees, that means 0 degree, 90 degree, 180, 360 degree, or in the form of radians. Here I have represented in the form of degrees. So this is a wave at phase 0 degree. 0 degree means that the amplitude at time 0 is 0 and the wave is not shifted at all. So this is a typical sine wave which is starting at 0 from the lowest 0 amplitude. Okay. Now the second diagram represents a phase of 90 degree where the wave has an amplitude, the peak amplitude at time 0, and the wave is shifted by 1/4. Okay, so 1/4 wave is shifted at 90 degrees phase. Okay, so this is 1/4 part, this is the remaining 1/4 part. Okay, and the combined this part is the half of the wave and this is the remaining half of the wave. So if we do a phase shift of 180 degrees, then in that case half of the wave is shifted. So that means at point 0 the wave has an amplitude of 0 but it is going in the decreasing direction. The amplitude is decreasing. In this case also the amplitude was 0, but at phase 0 degrees the amplitude of the wave is going in the increasing direction. Okay, so these are some important points that you must remember when you are defining the phase. So at phase 0 you must know what is the peak amplitude and how much the wave is shifted. In this case there is no shift. In the second case there is a shift of 1/4 of the wave, and in the third case there is a shift of half of the wave, and that is 180 degrees. So if you shift the wave by 360 degrees, it will be equivalent to 0 degrees phase. Okay, now coming to the next topic, the next important point is wavelength. Now in the previous video when we discussed about frequency or period, that particular unit or that particular term was independent of the speed of the signal or the medium in which the signal is traveling, because the speed of any signal depends on the medium in which the physical or the wireless medium in which it is traveling. Therefore, wavelength combines the frequency or the period, since period and frequency are inverse of each other. So it combines the concept of frequency with the speed of propagation of a signal in a medium. Okay, now wavelength is actually the distance traveled by a signal in one cycle. One cycle means the one pattern that the wave completes in a given time period. Okay, So the distance traveled by a signal in one cycle is known as the wavelength, and wavelength is generally denoted by this sign. And the formula for wavelength is speed of propagation of the signal, speed of propagation multiplied by the period of the signal. And if you do not have the period, you can replace this quantity by 1 upon frequency also, because we have learned that frequency and period are inverse of each other. Now the unit for a wavelength is micrometer. Since wavelength is the distance, so it will be in some form of meter, but the distance, that the wavelength, is actually defined in terms of micrometer, and this is the symbol for the same. Now coming to the concept of composite signal. Composite signal, as you might have guessed, is a combination of single analog sine waves. Actually, as of now, we are talking about analog signals only, sine waves. That is why I have written analog here. Otherwise, a composite signal can either be digital or analog. Okay, so combination of single analog waves such that a single composite signal will contain multiple different frequencies in it. Okay, so a single wave or a single signal has a single frequency. It has a particular frequency defined for it, whereas a composite signal will have multiple frequencies, and that is what is actually useful in our daily lives also in digital communication. Because for example, say you and your friend are talking on a phone call, then if you give a single frequency wave, then there will be actually no transmission of information. Sometimes you are talking at a high pitch, your friend is talking very fast, your voice is attenuating, it is going up and down. So there are a different kind of frequencies that are involved. Similarly, in case of FM radio or AM radios also, different frequencies are used so as the information reaches you. So basically, multiple signals are combined together to form a composite signal. So this is a composite signal that consists of different types of analog signals. Okay, so to make it more complex, the signal can also involve a wave having higher frequency. So this is a composite signal in which there is a range of frequencies. Okay, so this should be frequencies. Multiple frequencies are combined together, multiple signals are combined together to form a composite signal. Now in a composite signal, the range of frequencies that are present is known as the bandwidth. Okay, so the range of frequencies present in a composite signal is known as the bandwidth. Okay, now what is the formula for calculating the bandwidth? Highest frequency minus the lowest frequency. So the signal having the highest frequency and the signal having the lowest frequency will be used for actually calculating the bandwidth. Okay, so bandwidth basically defines what is the range of signals that is being transmitted in the composite signals, or bandwidth is also used in terms of when you are defining the bandwidth of a medium, so as to know that what range of frequencies can be transmitted through a particular medium that has a particular bandwidth. Okay, so this was all for today's video. I hope you have understood these concepts of phase, wavelength, composite signal and bandwidth. If you understood the video and even liked it a little, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Till we meet in the next video, mind your exam.